amazing. So I thought I should just put a plug in for me being able to see you. All right, so we're going to continue on the side waist. We started working on this side waist movement from the belly button, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to start out in Virasana on the block. So the block is going sideways, both sitting bones on the block. Just walk your sitting bones way back behind you and widen them apart, and then take your hands into fists and strip down from the heel towards the big toe mound. And then just go ahead and let that go and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then just go ahead and take your left hand up and gently take it towards the bottom of your ear, and don't put a lot of weight in it, but just allow it to pull the ear slightly towards the top of the head. And I really want you to concentrate on this top cervical vertebra. So it's as if the bend in your neck is coming from the very top of your neck, and the bottom of your neck, your C7, is really reaching over towards the right. So your hand is tugging gently towards the left, and your C7 is moving towards the right. And then you're just going to take your rib cage and just reach over towards the right as well. So you're reaching with your rib and your C7 over towards the right, and you're gently tractioning your ear towards the left. And just elongate the side of the neck and the top of the shoulder as much as possible so that it's like taffy for 3 and 2 and 1. And then press your head into your hand to rise up to center. And then go ahead and switch. So your right ear is going to come down to your right shoulder. Just lift your hand up, take a hold of your left ear, the bottom of your left ear, and don't weigh your hand down so much as just gently tug it toward the top of the head. And then just concentrate your movement in the neck at the very top. So you're just trying to open up the space between the base of your skull and the top cervical vertebra. And then you're just going to reach the bottom of the neck over towards the left. So your C7 is reaching left, your hand is tugging to the right. And then just take your focus to your left ribs and reach your left ribs over towards the left. So your C7 and your ribs are going left, and your ear is going over towards the right. And just try to lengthen out the left side of your neck and the left shoulder top as if they were made out of taffy and it was stretching and stringing out for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just press your head into your hand into your head as you come back up to center. And then just go ahead and take the block out for a second and sit down to the right of your feet so that you're in mermaid position. And then just take your right hand to the floor and take your left hand over the top of your head towards your left ear again. And just start out by letting the left ear come towards the left shoulder, and your C7 is going right and your right ribs are going right. And then just come out of that a little way and re-enter. And you're just kind of tilting your head up and down from the right shoulder. And as your ear moves, the bottom of your neck goes right and your rib cage goes right as your ear moves left. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to go the other way. So just take your glutes onto the other side of your feet. Take your left hand down on the mat and take your right hand over to your left ear, and right ear to right shoulder, C7 is going left, ribs are going left. And then just come out of that and into it, and out of it and into it. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then we're going to switch again. And this time we're going to come down on the elbow. So the right hand is on the left hand is on the right ear. The left ear is going to the left shoulder. C7 and the ribs are going to the right. And just release and come back into that bend a couple of times. And we're just learning how to move the neck and the side waist in coordination here. And the neck is bending in one direction. The waist is reaching towards the other direction. So spine is making a big C curve. Tail is even moving up and down. 3, 2, and 1. And then go ahead and reverse. You're going to come down on your left elbow, right hand to left ear to right shoulder. And as your ear reaches to the right, your C7 and your ribs are going left. And then just come out of that and into it. And just get as much movement as you can along the length of the neck spine and in the side waist. Your tail is even going to move up and down for 3 and 2 and 1. And then release and come all the way back up and just come onto all fours. Take a couple of dog cats, inhaling, lift tail, sink belly, look up. Exhale, cat arching. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat arch. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat arch. Inhale, dog tilt. And exhale, cat arch. And then go ahead and take your left foot forward. Turn your right toes under and lift your right knee if you want to, or you can leave your right knee on the ground and just sink your left sitting bone down and take a little sitting bone circle for 3 and 2 and 1. And then go the other direction for 3 and 2 and 1. And then go ahead and straighten your front leg, cat arch your back, let your head go, and just hop your right foot forward a tiny bit, hang over into your cat arch. Don't let your shoulders drape down. Keep reaching your shoulder blades toward the pelvis. And then lift and spread your left toes and fan your left foot side to side for 3 and 2 and 1. And then as you inhale, come down into your Untitled, but let your left knee just come in front of your left ankle as much as it wants to, and just drop your sitting bones down towards the floor. And then exhale and cat arch. When I got here, I found I only have one block with me, so I'm just going to do the whole practice a little bit lopsided here. Inhale and come down into your Untitled. Your knee is in front of your ankle as much as it wants to be. And then exhale and cat arch. Inhale and dog tilt. And exhale and cat arch. And then inhale and dog tilt. And exhale and cat arch. And then just set your right knee down. See if you can find a little bit of equilibration in the pelvis. So draw your left edge of sacrum back and drop your left sitting bone down. Make sure your right glute is on. Make sure your right hammy is on. And then you're just going to twist from the belly. So turn your navel to the right, turn your navel to the left, and initiate the whole swing from the belly. The arms are moving, but not because you're swinging the arms, just because you're swinging the navel side to side. Just get your sides warmed up for 3 and 2 and 1. And then take your block in your right hand and just make a side bend to the right. Your right ear is coming to your right shoulder. Your left hand is coming over towards your right ear. and then just drop the other way. Your ribs are coming down, your C7 is reaching right, your ear is going left, and then switch. And so you're just going side to side. You're just reaching the ear to one shoulder and then the other, and your rib cage is reaching the other direction. Your tail is going to wag. 3, 2, and 1. And then just end with your ribs dropping, your left ear towards your left shoulder, and just come up to center. Let that right palm turn up and come forward. Twist your right belly to the left. Take your right hand outside your left thigh. Then step your left shoulder blade back. Take your left arm out long. Take the left hand a little further back and dive it into your right side waist. And then just let your belly go. So your navel is going to come back towards the right, and then twist it again to the left. Let your navel come back to the right, and then twist it again to the left. And one more time, let your navel go and twist it again to the left. Your left ear is still reaching for your left shoulder a little bit. And you're going to take your right hand behind your head, reach your elbow around to the right, curl your right shoulder blade a little bit further around to the left, sorry. And then right elbow is coming down outside of left thigh. Take your hands together in namaste. Turn, 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 turn your belly. 3, 2, 1. Stay there, or unfurl your back leg if you want to. Pick up the back of your right knee. Feel that twist in the ribs. 3, 2, and 1. And then release your hands down. Walk them all the way around to the other side. Take an easy inhale here. And as you exhale, slightly straighten your front leg, cat arch your back. Let your head go, lift and spread your right toes, fan your right foot side to side. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then bend knee is stacked over right ankle at first, and just sink down your right sitting bone and make a little sitting bone circle. And then go the other direction. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then exhale, cat arching. Lift and spread your right toes. Step your left foot forward just a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and come down. Let your right knee come in front of the right ankle as much as it wants to. Sink your sitting bones down. Exhale, cat arching. Inhale, dog tilting. Exhale, cat arching. Inhale, dog tilting. And exhale, cat arching. And then just let your left knee come down. See if you can find a little equilibration of your sacrum by taking the right edge back, dropping your right sitting bone down. Get your left glute on, your left hamstring on, and then from the navel, going left to right, twist your body. Use your side ist. 3, 2, and 1. And then take your left hand onto your block. Your right hand comes over and just right ear to right shoulder. C7 goes left, ribs go left, and then reverse. Your tail's going to come up and down. And just get your side waist and your neck moving as much as you can. For 3, and 2, and 1. Next time your right ear is at your right shoulder, just come up, turn your left palm forward, inhale that lowest left rib as high as you can get it, and then turn left hand outside right thigh. Step your right shoulder blade back, take your right hand a little further back, dive it into your left side waist, and then just let your navel turn to the left, and then retwist left belly to the right. Let your navel go, and then retwist. Let your navel go, and then retwist. And then finally, left hand behind the head, reach that elbow over towards the right, wrap your right shoulder blade around the body, Let it follow the elbow, and then take that elbow outside your thigh. Hands together in Namaste. 3. Turn your belly to the right. 2. 1. Stay there. Or go ahead and unfurl your knee. Pick up the back of the left knee towards the ceiling for 3. And 2. And 1. And then release the hands and walk all the way around to the first side. Hands on blocks or on the floor, and just step back into your Dandasana. Hip crest come forward, heels go back. Draw your navel up to your spine and draw it up underneath your rib cage. Lift up the dolphin fin between the shoulder blades. Base of skull comes up towards ceiling. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then we're just going to step the left foot forward and drop the right knee down. And this time, go ahead and pick up your left foot and set it down. Ardha Hanumanasana. Push your left big toe mound forward. Lift your tail a little bit, and then extend your sternum forward. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then walk your block around to the right side. Walk your left block further than your right block if you have one. And reach your tail over towards the left edge of the mat, trying to pry apart the left edge of the rib cage and the left top of the pelvis. And then breathe your left rib tips apart. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then firm your right hand into the block and unfurl your left arm up to the sky. Go as wide as you can across the collarbones. Reach into the fingertips. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen across the front body. And just let that right ear come down to the right shoulder. Let that C7 and rib cage reach up towards the sky a little bit. So you're taking that tilt of the neck all the way through the spine. And then step your left shoulder blade back and reach your left hand around your right sideways. Lengthen, lengthen, left side of neck, left shoulder top, like they're made out of taffy. And then just let your left shoulder top come up and forward and down. You're making a clockwise circle on the ceiling if you were drawing with a pen in your shoulder. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then release and walk that block back around to the front, and then just cross it over your body. If you have 2 blocks, cross them both. Your right block is going to walk a little further than your left block, and then just pin your hips over towards the right. Try to pry up that lowest right rib away from the hip crest and spread your right rib tips. Breathe into that right rib cage. For 3. And 2. And 1. From left hand into block. Unfurl right arm up to sky. Go as wide as you can across the collarbones. Just lengthen, lengthen, lengthen out that front body. And then let your left ear drape towards your left shoulder. Your C7 and your rib cage are going to the right. Your ear is going to the left. Just see if you can get that right side of your neck, the right shoulder top, as long as you can. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then release. And just go ahead and turn towards the right side of your mat. Your right leg shank is coming inside your right knee a little bit. Your right knee is a little bit outside your right hip, and your left foot is parallel to the side of the mat. Shoot your block up overhead. Reach your entire rib cage up, 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 away from your pelvis. Make your side waist as long as you can, and then go ahead and take that block behind the head. Press head into block, block into head. Take an easy inhale. And as you exhale, drop the left elbow down, draw the right elbow back, breathe into the low right ribs, expand and spread those rib tips for 3. and 2, and 1, and then inhale your way up, and exhale your right elbow down, draw your left elbow back, reach and expand your left low ribs with the breath for 3, and 2, and 1, and inhale your way up, keep pressing block into head into block, and drop over to side number 1. Breathe into upper right ribs, take that right elbow back. See if you can keep dropping your low ribs like you're corseting the body for 3, and 2, and 1, and inhale your way up, and exhale down. Take your breath into your upper left ribs, draw left elbow back for 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale your way up, exhale the left elbow down, and then just turn your right elbow towards the floor. Let your right shoulder blade follow it around. You're gazing at your right knee, and just take the breath into the bottom tip of the right shoulder blade for 3, and 2, and 1. On your next inhale, open your wing, look up at your right elbow, and drop your right shoulder blade down the back. Little arch in the back as you reach that QL, the right tip of shoulder blade down to the right rim of the pelvis to contract the QL. 3, 2, and 1. And then go ahead and release that block down. Turn your right toes under, straighten out your right leg, and take your feet parallel or pigeon-toed. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, sit way back with your glutes so that your pelvis is moving back, your rib cage is moving forward. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen sideways. Take an easy inhale, and then as you exhale, push right heel away from you. Reach left knee out to side for 3, and 2, and 1. Take an easy inhale, and as you exhale, push left heel away from you. Bend right knee, reach right knee into an imaginary block. See if you can get your glute on. 3, 2, and 1. And then just going side to side. Go slowly, very muscular movement, not a very stretchy movement. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just come back to the center. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Reach your right C7 and your right rib cage over towards the right. Your tail will wag to the left. 3, 2, 1. And then reverse, right ear to right shoulder. C7 and rib cage are reaching left. Ear is going right. Tail will wag to the right. 3, 2, 1. And then just go side to side. Let that ear reach opposite direction of C7 and the rib cage. Just get the side waist moving for 3, and 2, and 1. Next time your left ear is at your left shoulder, just walk your hands. They can stay on the block or they can come off the block over to your left foot. Your left side waist is very concave. Your left ear is reaching for your left shoulder. Your C7 and your right ribs are reaching to the right for 3, and 2, and 1. Now firm your hand into the floor or into the block, wherever you feel comfortable. And then go ahead and unfurl your left arm to the left. Turn your navel to the left. And then just let the navel go and then retwist. Let the navel go and retwist. Let the navel go and retwist. Your left ear is still reaching for your left shoulder. And then if you feel like it, step your left shoulder blade back, take your left hand behind you and come down with your hand to the inside of your right thigh. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then release. Come back to center. And then just take those little side bends. Left ear to left shoulder, then right ear to right shoulder, and use the whole spine. to make that movement of the neck. Side waist is contracting and expanding. 3, 2, and 1. Next time your right ear is at your right shoulder, walk your block or put your hands on the floor outside your right foot over to the right side. Your right side's contracted, your right ear is reaching for your right shoulder. And then just ground your left palm into the mat or into your block and unfurl your right hand up to the sky. Turn your belly to the right. And then just let your navel go and then turn it to the right again. Let go and turn it. Let go and turn it. And then finally step your right shoulder blade back. Dive your right hand into your left side waist. 3, 2, and 1. And then release your left knee down onto the mat. Lift up and let your right foot come back down. Push into your right big toe mound. Lift your tail slightly and reach your sternum forward, forward, forward. Lengthen out over that right leg. 3, 2, and 1. And then just walk your blocks over towards the left. Let your right hand walk further than your left hand. Shoot your pelvis over towards the right side of the mat and try to pry your right lowest rib up away from the right hip crest. Try to spread and make room in your right rib tips and take your breath into that right rib cage. 3, 2, and 1. And then just firm your left hand into the block. Sky your right hand. Go as wide as you can across the collarbones. Reach into your right fingertips and just let your left ear come down onto your left shoulder. Let your C7 in your rib cage reach up to the right. Then step your right shoulder blade back. Take your right hand a little further back and dive that hand into your left side waist. Draw your shoulder top up and back and down. You're making a clockwise circle on the ceiling for 3, and 2, and 1. And then just release and walk your hands all the way past the front over to the right. Let your right block go further than, let your left block go further than your right block. And then just turn right ear towards right shoulder. Your right side waist is concave for a moment. Pry up your left lowest rib from your left pelvic rim. Breathe into left ribs for 3, and 2, and 1. Firm your right hand into the block. Unfurl left hand up to the sky. Go as wide as you can across the collarbones. Just drop right ear to right shoulder. Let left edge of neck be like taffy as your C7, your rib cage reach to the left for 3, and 2, and 1. And then release and come around the front and just let your left leg shank swing inside your left knee a little bit. Your left knee is a little bit outside your left hip. Your right foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. Smooth down your corset, but lift your whole rib cage up as you shoot the block up as high as you can get it. You're trying to lift your rib cage up away from the pelvis for 3, and 2, and 1. And then firm head into block, block into head. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, right elbow to right knee. Draw left elbow back. Breathe into low left ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. And exhale your way down. Breathe into right low ribs. Take your right elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. And exhale your way down. Take your left elbow back. Breathe into upper left ribs for 3, and 2, and 1. And inhale your way up. And exhale your way down and take your right elbow back for 3 and 2 and 1. And inhale your way up. Take your right elbow down. This time, turn left elbow down. Draw your left shoulder blade around the side of the body, following after the elbow, and breathe into that bottom tip of your left shoulder blade. Posterior mediastinum, expand into that as much as you can on the in-breath. For 3 and 2 and 1. On your next inhale, open up your wing, look up at your left elbow, drop your left shoulder blade tip down to the left rim of pelvis so your QL is contracted. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just release, curl your left toes under and go ahead and take your feet parallel and just go side to side again. Left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder, and just get the whole spinal movement. So your C7 and your ribs are going the opposite direction, reaching the opposite direction. Tail is wagging in the same direction that your ear is headed. 3, 2, and 1. And now just turn your feet out at a 45-degree angle. Go ahead and wax off your feet a little bit and then just roll up one vertebra at a time. And then bend your knees and sit down into your goddess posture. So your knees are over your second toes. And then just go ahead and drop your left elbow down. Take your right arm up and over and just hold on to your ear. And then left ear to left shoulder top, right C7, right ribs reaching up to the right. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just get a little movement, releasing and coming into that. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then go ahead and come to the other side. Hold on to your right ear. You've got your right ear dropping down to your right shoulder. C7 and ribs are going up to the left. 3, left sitting bones reaching away. 2, 1, and then just come in and out of that a few times. 3, 2, 1. And then next time you end, let your left ear be close to your left shoulder. Reach your C7 and your ribs to the right. They're dropping down to the floor now. And stretch long on that right side body for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just let that go and come back into it a few times. 3, 2 and 1. And then final side, back over to the left. Right ear, right shoulder, left ribs extend down toward the leg. 3, 2, 1. And then just come in and out. Swing the ribs, bell the ribs side to side. 3, 2 and 1. And then just release your hand down to the mat. Come to the front of the mat. Step your left foot back to meet the right and come into a high plank. Reach your hip crest forward, reach your heels back, tighten up your quads, squeeze your knees, lift the dolphin fin between the shoulder blades, reach the base of the skull up toward the ceiling, soften your neck. Feel free to take your knees down or one knee at a time if this is bothering your wrists or your shoulders or your neck. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just go ahead and step your left foot forward. And this time you're going to block that foot and see if you can get the entire ball of the foot up and over the side of the block. Pull your toes back towards your face. Reach your left hip back a little bit, but push your left heel into the floor. Inhale, lift your right heel up and roll through the right big toe mound. And exhale, drop down into the middle of that heel strike. Inhale, lift up and arch your foot. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, lift and arch the foot. And exhale and drop down. This time, try to lift up your pinky toe a little bit from the mat and inhale and roll through with your pinky toe a little bit lifted. And then exhale and drop down. Inhale and lift. Exhale and drop down. Inhale, lift and arch. Exhale and drop down. And then just stay there or step your right foot forward a little bit or a lot, depending on the line of your back line of your leg, and lift your tail. Let your sternum come forward, extending. And then on your next exhalation, drop your outer left heel into the mat. Your hips will shift to the left. Feel that lateral calf stretch for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, center, and exhale, right for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just take your pelvis side to side for 3 and 2 and 1. Now take all the weight in your right foot, turn your block, and take your left heel onto the block so that your toes are parallel. Left forearm onto left thigh, fingertips on other block. Step your right foot back. Inhale, swing your tail forward, find your dog tilt. And then exhale and cat arching. Inhale and dog tilt. Exhale and cat arch. Inhale and dog tilt. Exhale and cat arch. And then just go ahead and drop your right knee down. See if you can equilibrate your sacrum a little bit. Draw left edge of sacrum back. Sink your left sitting bone down. And then just use your navel to begin your twist. Just use that navel to initiate the twist so you're getting as much movement from your side bodies as you can for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just lean over towards the right. Let your right ear come to your right shoulder. Take your left hand up and over, and then just wag your tail. Get your ear moving. Get your whole spine bending and unbending to the side. 3, 2, 1. Next time your left ear's up at your left shoulder, just come up a little higher. Take your right palm forward, lift your lowest rib, and take your right hand outside your left thigh. Twist your navel to the right, let it go, retwist, let it go, retwist, let it go, retwist. And then finally, step your left shoulder blade back, take your left hand a little further back, wrap that left hand around your right side waist for 3 and 2 and 1. Now right hand behind the head, reach that elbow over towards the left. Let your shoulder blade follow after it. And then just drop that right elbow outside your left thigh. Take your hands to namaste. Turn your belly. 3, 2, 1. Stay there, or go ahead and lift up that right knee. 3, 2 and 1. And then release. Take that foot off the block. Just walk all the way around to the other side and block your foot. So see if you can get the whole ball of the foot up and over the edge of the block. Pull your toes towards your face. Pull your hip back and then push your heel toward the ground. 3, 2 and 1. And then inhale and roll up through that left big toe mound and arch your foot. And exhale, drop down the middle of the left heel strike. Inhale, rise up and arch the foot. Exhale and dropping down, middle of the heel strike. Inhale, rising, and exhale, dropping. Inhale, rising, And exhale, dropping. And this time, just lift up your left little toe if you can. And inhale, rise up and arch your foot. And exhale and drop down middle of the heel strike. And inhale and rise up. You're trying to lift up that little toe. And exhale, drop down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop down. And inhale, rise up. And exhale, drop down. And then stay there or step forward a little bit or a lot, depending on the length of the back line of your leg. Lift your tail, let your sternum come forward. On your next exhalation, drop your outer right heel into the mat. Let your hips shift over towards the right. For 3 and 2. And 1, inhale, center, and exhale, hips to the left. For 3 and 2. And 1, and then just shift side to side with the pelvis. Feel that lateral stretch in the calf, dynamic stretch for 3 and 2 and 1. All the weight into the left foot. You're going to turn your block and take your heel onto your block so that your toes are parallel. Take your fingertips onto your other block, right forearm onto right thigh. Step your left foot back and inhale and dog tilt. And exhale and cat arch. Inhale and dog tilt. And exhale and cat arch. Inhale and dog tilt. Exhale and cat arch. And just drop your left knee down. Equilibrate your pelvis a little bit by taking your right edge of sacrum back and down. And then just turn your belly. Initiate your twist from your navel. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just side bend over to the left ear to left shoulder. Take your right hand up and over, and then just wag your tail as your ear goes side to side. Your whole spine is curving away. Base of your neck and rib cage are reaching in the opposite direction from the ear, and your tail is going the same direction. Next time your ear is over towards the right shoulder, just come up, take your left palm forward and up, lift your lowest left rib and exhale your hand outside your thigh, and then turn your belly to the right. Let that go and turn, let your navel come back and then turn, let your navel come back and then turn, let your navel come back and then turn. And then finally step your right shoulder blade back, take your right hand way back behind you and dive it into your left side waist. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then left hand comes behind the head. Draw that elbow over towards the right. Wrap your right shoulder blade around the body and drop that outside your right thigh. Take your hands to namaste. Turn your belly to the right. For 3 and 2 and 1. Stay there or curl your left toes under, lift the back of your left knee, turn the body. 3 and 2 and 1, and then release, and just walk yourself all the way around to the front of your mat and come into your Dandasana. Hip crest come forward, heels go back, lift between the shoulder blades, lift the base of the skull up. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your feet mat width apart. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale the hands up over the head. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up. Push your index finger mounds toward the ceiling. Lift your rib cage up away from the pelvis. Just like when we were shooting the block up into the air overhead in Parigasana. Try to make your side waist as long as you can without losing your ribs into a shear. See if you can soften those ribs down into a corset at the same time that you're pushing those index finger mounds up. For 3 and 2 and 1. Wax off your feet, get your glutes on, get your hammies on. Take a little look up, spread between the sternum and the collarbone. 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale, forward folding, Uttanasana. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back, step your left foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling another chaturanga if you feel like it. Downward facing dog. Breathing sideways long for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, the right leg lifts, bend the knees, stack the hips. Draw the left hip towards the midline. Squeeze your right glute, squeeze your right hammy by taking that right heel close to the glute and draw the right knee a little further back for 3 and 2 and 1. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, launch up on the ball of the left foot. Take the shoulders forward over the wrist, right knee to the nose. Cat arch the back. Lift the hips higher. Lift that right thigh into the belly. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Squeezing right heel to the right glute. Right knee comes back. 3, 2, 1. Take an easy inhale here. As you exhale, launch up on the ball of the right foot. Take the shoulders forward over the wrist. Right knee, right elbow. Lift the hips. Little dolphin fin rising up between the shoulder blades. Base of skull lifting towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Bend the knees, stack the hips. 3, 2, 1. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, launch up on the ball of the left foot. Take the shoulders forward over the wrist. Right knee, left elbow. Lift up your dolphin fin. 3, 2, 1.5, and 1. And inhale your way up. Kapinjalashan Sthiti. And then exhale, step your right foot in between the hands. Left foot comes to meet. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to come up with a flat back this time. Wax off your feet into the floor so you can feel your glutes and your hammies. Take the opposite index finger in front. Shoot your palms up. And as your index finger mounds rise, see if you can lengthen the sideways. Take a little look up without shearing your ribs. Open up your upper chest instead. Breathe under your collarbones for 3 and 2 and 1. And then exhaling, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling another chaturanga if you want it. Downward facing dog. 3 loose, generous breaths here or in your child's pose, you choose, for 3 and 2 and 1. And if you're down, come back up. Join us in the down dog and inhale the left leg lifts, bend the knees, stack the hips. Let your right hip come to midline. Left glute is on, left hammy is on, left knee draws back. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, launch up on the ball of the right foot. Take the shoulders forward over the wrist, left knee to the nose, cat arch the back. Really pick up that thigh to marry the belly. Lift up the dolphin fin. 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, Kapinjalashan Sthiti. Draw that knee back. 3, 2, 1. Take an easy inhale. Launch up on the ball of the right foot. Take the shoulders forward over the wrist. Left knee, left elbow. Pick up the pelvis. Lift up the dolphin fin. Lift the base of the skull. 3, 2, 1, inhaling, Kapindula. 3, 2, 1. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, launch up on the ball of the right foot. Take the shoulders forward over the wrist. Left knee comes right elbow. Pick up the dolphin fin. 3, 2, 1.5. Inhaling, come up. And exhaling, step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, forward fold and hang. And if you've got blocks, just take the backs of the hands onto the blocks with the fingers facing toward the knees and open and close your fists a few times. And you can make a little circle with your tail and see if you can stir your wrist with your forearm. 3, 2, 1. And then just turn your hands over and stir again. 3, 2, 1. Go the other direction. 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come down, knees, chest, chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, another chaturanga if you want it. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot between the hands. And then just walk your hands around to the left side of your mat. I'm going to turn around and come on up. Warrior 2. Right foot is out, left foot is in. And just cut your left thigh back. Externally rotate your right quad as you bend that knee. And then just notice your belly facing right. Turn it left, release it. Turn it left and release it. Turn it left and release it. And then just turn it to the left. Extend your wings. 3, 2, and 1. And then flip your right palm and sky your right hand. Pick up your lowest right rib. Spread your right rib tips. And just drop your left ear to your left shoulder. So right side of your neck, right shoulder top, or as long as they can be, stretching long like taffy. And try to just settle your low ribs. 3, 2, 1. Then drop that right hand onto the left ear. Straighten your right leg. And just swing the right ear to the right shoulder. Reach your C7 left, your ribs left. And then rebend and come back to the other side. Just get as much movement in your spine as you can here. 3, 2, and 1. And the next time your left ear is at your left shoulder, go ahead and bend your right knee and take your right forearm down onto that right thigh top. So we've got the left side body in contraction. The left ear is going towards the left shoulder. And then unfurl your left arm up to the sky. Step your shoulder blade back. Reach your left hand behind you and drop your hand into your right side waist or towards your right thigh. Left ear is up towards left shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. And now straighten your right leg. Take your right hand down to the ankle or to a block. Turn your right belly to the left. Let it go. Turn. Let it go. Turn. Let it go. And then turn and just open up into your triangle. Feel your side waist. Your left ear is reaching up. Your ribs and your right side of C7 are reaching towards the floor. Your belly's turning towards the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Take your hands around your front foot, step your front foot to meet the back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. This time the left leg's going to lift up, and you're going to exhale the left foot in between the hands and walk around to the right side of your mat. Your left foot's out, your right foot's in, and then just come up to your warrior 2 stance. Cut your right thigh back. Externally rotate your left quad and then bend in. And just notice your belly. It's going a little bit left. Twist it to the right and then let it go. Twist your navel. Let it go. Turn your navel to the right. Let it go. Turn. Let it go. And then turn. And this time we'll hold and we'll add the wings. Turn your gaze over your left fingertips. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then flip your left palm and sky your left hand up. Your right ear is coming to your right shoulder. Your left, your C7 and your ribs are reaching to the left. Your tail is reaching slightly to the right. 3, 2. Spread your left ribs. 1. Now just drop your left ear onto your right ear. Straighten your leg and reverse the curve. Left ear, left shoulder. And then come back into it. And just go side to side a few times. Get your side waist contracting and lengthening in conjunction with the tip of the head. 3, 2, and 1. And then the next time your right ear is on your right shoulder, rebend the knee. Take your left forearm down to your left thigh. Your right ear still reaching for your right shoulder. Your right side waist is contracting. Left, your C7 and your rib cage are going left. Then unfurl your arm up to the sky. Step back into your shoulder blade. Reach your hand back and dive it into your left side waist and see if you can find the top of your right thigh or hold on your shirt, whatever you can get. Soften up your ribs. Turn left belly to the right. For 3, 2, and 1. And then just take your left hand to your left ankle or to a block and straighten your leg. You're still reaching your right ear up to your right shoulder. You've got your right side waist contracted. Now turn your left belly to the right. Let it go. Turn it to the right. Let it go. Turn it to the right and let it go. Turn it to the right. Trikonasana. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Take your hands down around your front foot. Step your front foot to meet the back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Lengthen out your sideways for 3, and 2, and 1. And then just come down, child's pose. Take a couple of breaths. For 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to come Ardha Matsyendrasana. So take your left heel into your close to your pubic bone and step your left thigh outside of your right thigh. And just allow your left sitting bone to drape towards the floor. And we're just going to start out by little tick-tock. So let left ear come down, tail will reach left, C7 and ribs will go right, and then we'll go the other direction. So just tick-tock side to side a couple times. 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you want to have your strap in place, you can try draping it over your right shoulder. Take it underneath your thigh and then bring it back up and over. I think that'll help you to get a hold of it. And now, sorry, we were tick-tocking. Keep your left ear close to your left shoulder. C7, ribs are going right, tail is going slightly to the left. Don't worry if it comes up off, if your left sitting bone comes up off the floor for today. And then let your right palm come forward and lift up, pick up your lowest right rib, and then grab a hold of your thigh with your forearm. Turn your navel to the left. Let it go. Turn it to the left. Let it go. Turn it. Let it go. Turn it. Okay, so we've got the left ear close to the left shoulder. We've turned the navel to the left. And now step your left shoulder blade back. Take your left arm into your right side waist. And you're looking for the tail that's hanging down from your shoulder if you can get it. Okay. All right. Now, let's hold here for a second. Actually, 3. Lift the base of your skull like you have a strap hooked onto the base of your skull and you're pulling it up to the ceiling. 2. And 1. Now take your right hand behind your head. Draw your elbow over towards the left and turn your shoulder blade around the edge of your body so it's following after your elbow. And then just drop that down outside of your thigh. So you can have a stop sign hand here. Or if you want to, you can drop your hand down and get a hold of that strap and walk your hands towards each other. So you might be able to clasp your fingers, or you can just hold on to the strap. Left ear is tipping slightly towards left shoulder. Belly's moving left. You're pulling that left knee over towards the right. It's opening up, stretching your left piriformis. 3. Breathe under your collarbones. 2. Well, now just keep everything where it is, but turn your gaze to the front. Your gaze is going right. Your belly's going left. 3. 2. 1. Now keep everything where it is, but just look left. Your gaze is going right. Your gaze is going left. Your belly's going left. Your nose is going right. 3. 2. And 1. Nice job. And then release. Take a tiny counter twist. And then you can just unravel your strap. Take your hands down on the right side of you and just walk all the way around, hokey pokey, and you'll be in the right twist on the other side. So if you want your strap there, just take the buckle over your shoulder, thread it through, and then just drape it back over. All right, and then we're just going to tick-tock. So get your side waist involved, your ribs are belling left and right. 3, 2, 1. Next time your right ear is at your right shoulder, your C7 and your ribs are reaching left, your tail is reaching right. Turn your left palm forward, lift up your lowest left rib as your hand comes up, and then go ahead and grab a hold of your outer thigh. Turn your left belly to the right, and then just let your navel go, and then turn and let it go, turn and let it go, turn and let it go, and then turn your belly to the right. Step your right shoulder blade back, reach your right hand behind you, and dive it around. And you're trying to find this tail that's coming down the front. Okay, and then let's just hold here for a second. Lift the base of the skull up towards the top of the head for 3, 2, and 1. All right, now your ear is still tilted a little bit towards the right shoulder. Belly's going right. Take your left hand to the base of the skull. Turn your elbow to the right. Wrap your left shoulder blade around the body and drop that elbow outside the thigh. And you can come to a stop sign hand. Or if you want to hold on to that strap, you can feel the connection between the hands. Or you can even walk that hand in, and you might be able to connect up the hands into the bind. All right, so belly's going right. Right ear is a little bit towards right shoulder. 3. Base of skull is reaching towards top of head. 2. 1. Now keep everything the same, but just turn your gaze over your left shoulder. 3. 2. 1. Keep everything the same, but just take your gaze to the right. Your nose is going left. Your belly and your eyes are going right. 3. 2. And 1. And then release and take a tiny counter twist. And then just let go of the strap and shake your legs out. All right, now we're going to go ahead and come into a little bit of an inversion. So feel free to take your legs up the wall. If you have to do a shirsha, you've got that longing to get upside down, go ahead. Up to you. Wherever you are, breathe and expand into your side ribs and just notice how your side waist is doing. Really nice. And just stay up as long as you like. And whenever you're ready, come down to a child's pose. Take a couple of breaths in your balasana. For 3, 2, and 1. And then if you're on your back, just roll over on one side into the fetal position. If you're in child's pose, just walk your hands back and come up to seated. And we're going to take that ball right to the bottom tip of the right shoulder blade, and we're going to roll it between 2 ribs. So it starts off right underneath the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade. Bend knees, feet are on the floor, and just go gingerly across between 2 ribs. 3, 2, and 1. Now take your elbows down, roll the ball down so it's between the next 2 ribs, and just go side to side. If you can take your arms back up, you can. If it's too tender, you can keep your elbows down, or you can also lie down on your back and lift your pelvis slightly and find that work between the next 2 ribs. 3, 2, and 1. And then roll down so you're just below the bottom rib and just go side to side. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then roll down an inch. If you can get it, you're not touching the bottom rib and you're not touching the top of the pelvis. You're just right in the belly of the QL. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then roll down so you're just above the rim of the pelvis like a ball on a track. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then roll the ball down into your glute. Lift your right knee in the air and make a little circle. If you want to, you can lift your left heel off the ground. You can take your knees together. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then straighten out your right leg. Turn your navel 45 degrees to the right. Feel free to stay down there. Feel free to come up on your forearm. Bury the right edge of your foot in the floor and bend and straighten your leg. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then turn your navel 45 degrees more so you're facing the side wall, and just make a little circle with the ball around your greater trochanter, that bumpy knob that sticks out the widest part of your hip. Just make a donut circle around it with the ball. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then step your left foot in front of your right thigh and turn your navel 45 degrees toward the ground and just roll around on your TFL. It's as if you had that ball in your right front pocket. For 3, and 2, and 1, and then just roll it up into your right sideways so it's above your hip crest, below your lowest rib. Inhale, puff up towards the ball. Exhale, sink down onto it. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. And just keep as low as you can on the ball and take some dog cat tilts. Just see if you can get that ball to wend its way into your visceral cavity. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then step your left foot behind your right thigh. Turn your navel 45 degrees up toward the ceiling. And then just roll in and out of your QL. So you're just at the side of the back or the back of the side waist. You're just trying to feel that seam where the QL docks away from the obliques. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then when you're ready, just release off there. Lie flat on your back for a moment and see if you can notice any difference between the right side of your body and the left after that little roll, the integration of the right side of the body from the top of the shoulder down to the bottom of the foot. And then when you're ready, we'll take that into the left. bottom tip of shoulder blade between two ribs. You can hold on, or you can come down on your back, or you can be on your elbows. You're just sliding between two ribs here. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then go ahead and roll that ball down so it's between the next two lowest ribs. You can be on your elbows, you can be on your back. Just go side to side. Three and 2 and 1, and then roll the ball down so you're just underneath the rib cage, and just go side to side. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then roll the ball down a little bit so it's just like a ball on a track right on the rim of the pelvis. Just go side to side. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then just roll that ball into your left glute, lift your left knee, take it into a little circle. You can lift your right heel or glue your knees together. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then extend your left leg, turn your navel 45 degrees to the left. Feel free to stay down there. Feel free to come up, bury the outside edge of your left foot in the mat, and then bend and straighten your leg. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then turn your navel 45 degrees so your navel's facing the sidewall, and just make a little donut circle around your greater trochanter. You're drawing a circle around that bony outcropping there. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then step your right foot in front of your left thigh and turn your navel again so that ball is right in your TFL, as if it's in the left front jeans pocket. You're just rolling around there on the top of your IT band. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then just roll that ball right into your side waist so it's above your hip crest and below your lowest left rib, and then inhale, puff up into the ball, and exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Just try to keep as much weight as you can on the ball and take some pelvic tilts. Just see if you can let that ball wend its way into your side waist. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then step your right foot behind your left thigh. Turn your navel 45 degrees up toward the ceiling and just roll in and out of the side, the edge of your QL. You're just at the side of the back or the back of the side waist. You're just looking for that seam where the QL and the obliques dock away from each other, and see if you can get the ball right into that spot. For 3 and 2 and 1. Take your time, but when you're ready, go ahead and roll onto your back. If there's any last minute rolling you want to do in your neck and shoulders, go ahead. Or if you're ready, just stretch out and find a Shava pose. Take an easy inhale through the nose, long, slow exhalation out the mouth. Inhaling nose, sighing out the mouth. Inhaling nose, let everything go. Rolling over on the right side into the fetal position, just taking a moment of gratitude for the miracle of your body, for your strong legs and your strong arms, for the good gift of eyes that see and ears that hear. Such amazing blessings. And grounding your left palm into the mat, come gently up to seated, allowing your head to hang until the very end. And just taking a moment in your seated position to notice any changes the practice has brought to your body this evening, in the depth of the breathing, and the ease to the muscle body, or the quiet of the mind. And then inhaling the hands up over the head, allowing the palms to touch, drawing your thumbs to the forehead and asking for generous thoughts, and to the lips for kind speech, and to the heart for clear intentions. Namaste.